Morgan Moto John here. I'm really excited to try out these Geomax Dunlop tires. Last time I was up here a few days ago, I was trying out some moose bibs that came with the bike. Moose inserts. And I don't know, since they were installed by the previous owner, if they were the lower pressure ones or the higher pressure ones as far as the tire pressure they were mimicking. But honestly, I just felt like I was riding with a flat tire all the time up here. There's lots of rocks and baby heads and roots, and every time I'd hit one with my front tire, I just felt like I was riding with a flat tire, even though I know you can't get a flat tire with those. And they were new when I had a shop help me remove them. They were in good shape, so there wasn't anything wrong. But I guess I'm used to a dual sport bike where I'm running 20 to 25 pounds of pressure to not get a pinch flat, and then to be able to run highway. And man, they just felt flat. So today's my first ride up here with these Dunlop tires. I put some thicker tubes in, ultra heavy duty tubes, and we'll see. Nothing like new tires. Man, new tires always look good on a bike. So I'm kind of curious. I did a back-to-back ride. How they're going to feel compared to those moose inserts. I was excited to try the moose inserts, but they may not be for me. You guys tell me what you think, but I'm going to go ahead and go on a ride now, and I'm going to ride the same sections I rode with those inserts before and just see what I think. And I know there's pros to the moose inserts. If I was racing, didn't want to risk a flat. I think there's really good benefits to those. Probably certain riding conditions where they're better, but for me, I have a feeling I'm just used to the compliance of a little more actual air in the tire. So let's see. Let's go ahead and go for a ride and see what we think. Just on dirt. So far, I'm definitely. I think I'm just more comfortable with tubes and how those feel. So this is just feeling a little better to me. Certainly those mooses were compliant. Nice soft feel, but yeah, so far. And this is a different tire, of course, too. I think the mooses were running on some Bridgestone tires that I'd never run before either. They just had real low profile knobbies. Not sure what those are for or why you'd install those, but I certainly like the more aggressive pattern of these Dunlop Geomaxes. They're nice. Yeah, so far I'm liking. Yeah, like there I hit a root and it didn't feel like I had a flat tire. I felt like I had a little compliance of that tube. I'm running 18 pounds today, so probably don't need to run quite that high, but I just didn't want to get a pinch flat. I've had good luck with tubes as long as, I don't run too low of air. I know there's things you can do like double tube and things like that, but I just haven't tried that yet. But so far, I'm liking how these feel over the mooses. But then it's probably what you're used to. I'm used to tubes. I don't know. Just they feel a little more predictable to me. I'm curious when I get to some of the trails sections with rocks, just what it feels like. But so far, I don't know. I just like riding on air. There's definitely a difference, though. Yeah, I just don't feel like I got a flat tire in the front anymore. A little fog up here this morning. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, just for me, a little more predictable feel. But then, once again, I know I keep saying this, but it's what I'm used to. Maybe that's what it comes down to, too. Okay, here's some rocks. Yeah, it just smooths out the rocks. I'm telling you, those mooses, I felt like I had a flat tire, like I was going to have have the tire contact the rim on when I mainly just rocks. When I go over things, trail heads where there was a lot of rocks. Bike's still warming up here, so I'm not trying to rev this bike out. Don't need a cold seizure this morning. It's kind of foggy up here. Yeah, this is feeling a little better than the Moose did at the higher speeds. I just felt like I didn't have a lot of tire under me. Okay, here's a little root and rock section here. Get a little speed off. Let's see what this feels like. Okay, definitely better. Yep. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm going to have my tire contacting the rim now. Huh, more cushion too, as far as how it feels in the handlebars. Before I felt like I needed to adjust my suspension. I kept fiddling with my suspension and I couldn't adjust the bumpiness out of the front end, and I came to the conclusion, I think it's those moose bibs, or whatever you call them, moose inserts. Yeah, smoothing the front end now. Interesting. Is that common? You guys experience that? Yeah, let's take some of these trails too. There's a rocky section up here that I can take, and that'll give me a feel for it. Do you like this 300? Okay. A little uphill section here. Yeah, I'm just used to how tubes feel. I guess that's just the way it is. Okay, not quite as good as traction as the bibs. The moose inserts there. My front end just slipped a little where it wasn't before, so I do think those things offer good traction. But I'm running relatively high PSI too, 18. Or I could go a little lower. But I do like how these feel over the roots and rocks. I don't feel my front end. If you don't like it, doesn't have a tire on it. There's a little root. Yeah, it definitely feels better. I am going to try the Tubliss. I've got a wheel set that I'm going to go Tubliss with, so I'll be interested to I'll do a video where I compare the Tubliss to tubes, because I'm definitely experienced with tubes. So we'll compare that. But so far, I don't know, I'm liking tubes better. Maybe the Tubliss would be somewhere in between where you can still run lower tire air pressures. Still be able to adjust that a little easier to your liking. But I can see with racing, the moose inserts would make a lot of sense. Yeah, this is just what I prefer. Definitely got good traction with mooses though. I mean, those moose inserts were very, very good traction. So here's a few rocks and roots and things. See, there I am hitting some roots and rocks, and I like how it feels on the tire. I don't feel like I'm going to bend the rim. I did actually kind of bend my front rim with the moose inserts, and I had to I didn't bend it, it just went way out of true. I kind of had to fiddle around with my spokes to get it trued up again. I'm sure I could go a little lower with my air pressure in these tubes, but like I said, I just didn't want to risk a pinch flat today. Seems like most of the time when people get pinch flats, they're just going a little too low with their air pressure. Oh, that was a big branch. That's definitely why you wear a helmet. Had a branch just knock me in the head. Goggles too. It's actually a fun little section of trails through here. Keep riding up this way. Here. Dunlops are gripping really good with the tubes. Oh, I tried to crawl out of the rut. That was a mistake. Sometimes you just need to accept the rut. Luckily I can get rolling again. Oh man. When I kind of went in the rut, I got sacked a little bit. Oh, it kind of makes you sick. Anyway, we've all done that. If you ride bikes long enough, you'll do that. Yep. Not fun. Okay, well, those grip great. I mean, here's a little rocky section here. And some roots and stuff. Roots and rocks and roots. Everything. That's an uphill section. Yeah, the Dunlops hook up. Okay, got up that uphill section. That's good. Hooked up real nice. A little bit of a rocky section here, but nothing horrible. Well, take that back. A little uphill ruts. And these tires are doing great. Okay, that was a ride. Yeah, fun. Got up it. Doing a little connecting section of pavement to get to a trail, and of course the tubes definitely feel better on the pavement than the moose inserts do, but that's what we'd expect. So just a word on that, they just feel a lot better. Forest into this open road and great view of the valley. This is why we ride right here, man. This view, nature. Wow. It's just a great view of the valley here. Crisp morning, out riding. What a view. So we'll go back up into the forest where we're riding over there. Find some more trails. Just came up on a bunch of elk. And they're elusive though. big hill climb, I'll say that. It's funny, this is the hill climb I was trying to avoid. Can't believe I came across those elk. Wasn't running my camera. Wish I were. That was cool. Literally rode into a herd of elk. I feel like this trail's closing down, but we'll see. Up here. Just kind of stumbled on it today. A lot of dirt. Not quite as many rocks as some places. A lot of corners. Some uphill, some downhill. Some uphill. Some rolling corners. Just a lot of fun. Technical, but nothing terrible to where it isn't fun anymore. But you gotta just keep riding, stay on point. There's a lot of debris in your face, like branches and stuff, so there's a little uphill there with some corners on it. It's a fun trail. Pretty well maintained. Berm sides. Really a lot of fun. Just don't want to lose your front end like I almost did there. Hey, look at all these. He just twists through here. Yeah, lots of fun. So this is where it gets rocky, and it's kind of this higher speed stuff with rocks that I didn't like with the moose bibs. Those moose inserts. I'm sure they were good, but it just felt like they were a little lower pressure for what I was doing. A little bit too soft, put it that way. Because there's no pressure in them, they're just kind of foam inserts. Okay, back up to a logging road, very nice. A couple things I've observed is I love these Dunlop Geomax tires, but the jury is in, for me anyway, that I like tubes, these heavy-duty Michelin tubes over the moose inserts, but that's just for me. Tell me what you think. I know there's instances where the mooses would be a better choice, but yeah, chime in, let me know what you think, what your experience is. But for the feel of how they feel over like rocks and roots, those harsh impacts, I like the feeling of air between the tire and the rim. I know that's also what makes you susceptible to pinch flats, but knock on wood, I haven't had a pinch flat yet, but I don't tend to run excessively low pressures. You can still get a puncture. I am intrigued to try the Tubliss, but I'll tell you, tubes are hard to beat. Knock on wood. I just haven't had a lot of flats with tubes. In fact, I haven't had any. I mean, I know I can. I even had a nail intrude to my intrusion last year, but it kind of glanced off the heavy-duty tube, and I didn't get a flat. It didn't result in a flat. No, I definitely pulled that tire apart, inspected everything once I pulled the nail, but it was amazing that, yeah, for me, I think tubes, and like I said, we'll try tubeless. I do like air in the tire. I think air gives a compliance that an insert doesn't always give. But again, if I were racing or something and there'd be conditions where you just can't afford to get a flat tire, or maybe you're really remote and you can't afford to have a breakdown. I'm pretty remote, but I could limp this bike back to the highway if I had to and get some help. So for me, tubes don't matter. And you gotta love two-stroke. There are water bars on this highway. It's a road that you gotta watch now and then. Okay, here's a little rocky section here too. Yeah, feeling better. More of what I'm used to, I suppose. Yeah, I don't feel like I got a flat tire anymore in the front. The backs, I didn't really notice the moose as much. Didn't mind them. And I know the front's where you get a pinch flat, so we can make an argument that that would be the best place to run it. But at least on the trails where I run, where there's all these rocks, there's neutral. It just didn't quite feel the best to me. There's a lot of glass. But if it weren't for the rocks, the mooses, I didn't really notice the flat feeling tire effect. But up here, you'll have dirt, then you'll have lots of roots. And when you go over those rocks, I feel like if I don't have a little air in my tire, I don't know, I started to feel like I was gonna make contact of the tire with the wheel, with the rim. Geomax, looks like it's the AT81 front and rear, and man, they were great. Did a little bit of everything today with them, and yeah, they hooked up real well. Rode a little bit of everything, and I have no complaints. I could probably run a little. I was running 18 PSI. I could probably run 16, but I just wanted to start off a little higher and then drop down, and see how they felt a little higher. But no, that was a good ride. And like I said, I'm more of a tube guy right now. I'll try the tubeless, but as of right now, I'm more of a tube guy, at least over the moose inserts. All right, everybody, get out there and ride. Main thing is don't obsess over your tires and things too much. Just get it mechanically sound and go ride. And try different things. Have fun. All right, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Have a great day.